Hello, this is Nashwa. So for today, I would love to talk about my families. Families typically serve as the primary unit of socializations and play a significant role in shaping one's identity and values. Families can come in many forms, including core families, which is parents and children, extended family, including grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins, and this one, I think this is a new one for you guys called chosen family. And it actually includes friends or mentors who provide similar support. Each type of family structure can offer unique dynamics and strengths. Ultimately, the concept of family emphasizes relationships and mutual support, regardless of the specific form it takes. So, I will tell you about my core family. I have mom, dad, and also 2 brothers. Anyways, guys, just enjoy this podcast. We don't talk about family too formal because I think it's not only about concept, but also sharing a story. This morning, as usual, because today is a working day, today is a weekday, my mom and dad have been getting ready earlier. We only had a quick time to say goodbye, and as always, I'm getting in charge of closing the gate while my parents driving the car away. We're not really having a small talk today because this day is kind of busy. So they just give me the money to buy some breakfast. It may sound annoying at first, but I've been through that moment a long time ago. Now I'm used to it and no more complaining. What I've got, just embrace it as normal days and accept it. Maybe in the past, I would definitely get annoyed and angry at my parents. Sometimes I'm being stubborn for no reason, just to get their attentions. I mean, like I'm thirst of their attentions. But usually, at first they will ignore me, but then they will give me the understanding explanations in their own way. Like my mom will ask me going to spend time together, and usually we're going to like mall and shop a lot of things I want, and my mom's allowed. And my dad usually will explain to me when you're watching a TV. I guess like watching a TV plays important role in our activity. I mean, when we're not having that kind of activity, maybe my dad just going to sleep because of tired of working at the office. As we're talking about the difference parenting between my parents, I think we should get into the concept of egalitarian and hierarchical or vertical relationship. After I'm having a long time of thinking what actual my parents use as an approach method, I think they all complete to one and another. I mean, not all the time my dad or my mom being an egalitarian or hierarchical one, but it's all combined. The thing is, though it's all combined, most of the time my dad tend to use hierarchical one unconsciously. Sometimes he's being like, I'm a man, so this is my responsibility. Like there are some part we are not equal. Sometimes in some of part he has a greater authority, but it doesn't mean that my mom may have a more passive role in all of things. I will say that my dad has more control over some of decisions, and my mom making decisions in finances or household management. I can say maybe sometimes my dad still implementing a traditional gender roles or stereotypes, like he's expected to handle specific tasks or responsibilities too. So when it comes to decision making, might not be shared equally. Like their story in decisions making. Once I had flight with my dad, there's a problem in connecting flight. I gave an argument at the time to my dad, but he didn't get what I mean, and trying hard to attempt his arguments, and it's involved me to do something still. Finally, I got reprimanded by the flight attendant, and also I felt annoyed with Lion Air flight attendant at the times. Like the way she reminded me make me feel so irritated, and we know that it's my dad's fault, but I'm too tired to fight. So what he did is giving me a stonewalling, or he just kept silence to me like for like almost a week. If it comes to my mom, like I have some thoughts, like if it comes to my mom, usually she will apologize first or me first, but with my dad it feels impossible because we rarely having conflicts, and I'm embarrassed to apologize first actually, which is not my fault. But after that, it's all clear actually, and I apologize first without him apologize back to me. Like if it's mom, I know she will. Besides that, I love my parents. They always giving me the best advice to do, and my dad with common advice, but still I admit, and my mom with strange thought, which is make me think it twice, and having discussed with her, I prefer talk with my mom most of the times because usually it's about girl stuff, and same as with my brother, they talk to my dad, to our dad most of the time about boy stuff, and yeah, I love my parents. And actually, in terms of traveling together, actually I love have a travel with my mom a lot because my mom having like more adventurous spirit rather than my dad. Like usually my mom said maybe your dad is too fat or too stout, so when we are traveling, my dad rather just sit in a car and sleep in the hotel rather than walking up the hill and staying at the beach or having a tight budget trip. Usually when we are having a tight budget trip, so we will have a long way of walking only if my dad isn't there. Sorry. If my dad isn't there, I cannot freely ask for buying snacks. So there's a plus and minus between mom and dad. Like my mom has more adventurous spirits, and my dad doesn't have adventurous spirit, but he's very loyal to their kids. So he will buy me a lot of snacks for we eat while we travel around. Yes. Okay, guys, that's my family podcast for now. And if you want to tell me a story, just tell me. And bye bye.